Our sweetheart Marilyn Monroe was most likely a communist. She actually had some really progressive views and was investigated by the FBI. I'm Lindsay, and this series is called Protest Fashion. I started this series, all linked here, to pivot my followers to care about something I care about, which is the people's liberation under white supremacy and capitalism. But since I talk a lot on here about fashion history, I thought that doing this series would be really fun, and it has been. So I'm excited to start it up again. Let's get back to Marilyn Monroe. Obviously, we all know who she is, so I don't need to dive into that. But on the set about All About Eve, she was even apparently warned to stop reading such radical literature. Wait, she was a reader? Duh. Hollywood loves to frame people in a certain light. I don't remember what this is from, but it's that most famous line where she was talking to someone and she was like, "Do you want me to become her? Do you want to watch me become her?" And she turned around and her whole image changed and she became Marilyn Monroe. FBI monitored her for years before her passing in 1962, but they never found direct evidence. Direct evidence that she was an actual member of the Communist Party. But again, this ended with her passing. So they never really completed it. In 1960, she was a Hollywood committee member for the same nuclear policy. She spoke out a lot against the anti-communist witch hunt. But when you think about it, it's really not surprising. In the mid-20th century, many people that were involved in theater and involved in arts were often communist or socialist or at least communist leaning. If they weren't directly in the Communist Party, they were sympathizers or very close. It's also not surprising because she grew up in a working class family during the Great Depression. She was very critical of capitalism and imperialism, and she married Arthur Miller, which I'm not really going to dive into him very much, but he wrote The Crucible, and he was extremely left-leaning. He would also openly talk about civil rights, overall had really radical politics for her time and what her career was. On this though, what really caused the FBI to investigate her thoroughly was her friendship with Frederick Vanderbilt Field. He was so leftist that his family didn't want anything to do with him. Anyway, they went to Mexico together. They had concerns about her being too close to other communists in Mexico and all of her communist friends and connections. Ending on this, it's always great to know someone so beautiful had such good views. Also, you never know anything about a person with the way the media portrays them. She was a caricature. What she was portraying was not herself. The media wanted to keep it that way. They did not want to portray this Maryland.